GPS says I'm standing on my street, but there's no ground beneath my feet. I walked these floors 1,000 times before, but I don't recognize the handle on the door. The coffee's bitter, the morning's gray. I'm just a passenger in my own day. I used to know exactly who I was with you, a steady heartbeat in a vision that was true. But you took the map when you walked out the gate and left me spinning in a permanent state. And I feel lost, like a kite with no string, like a bird in the winter with a broken wing. I'm looking in the mirror at a hollowed out face, searching for a version of me I can trace. The world is so loud, but I can hear a sound. I'm looking for heaven while I'm stuck in the ground. God, I feel lost. I went to the store just to buy some milk, but I'm tangling my fingers in a web of silk. I forgot my own name when the clerk asked to pay. I'm a ghost in a body that's getting in the way. I'm driving to places we used to go, hoping the pavement will tell me what I know. It's not just the us that I'm grieving tonight, it's the me that went missing when we lost the light. I'm a compass that's spinning a ship in the dark, still waiting for a signal, a sign or a spark. 'Cause I feel lost, like a kite with no string, like a bird in the winter with a broken wing. I'm looking in the mirror at a hollowed out face, searching for a version of me I can trace. The world is so loud, but I can hear a sound. I'm looking for heaven while I'm stuck in the ground. I feel lost. I'm so lost, left at the crossroads, nowhere to go. Checking the shadows for someone I know. I feel lost, I just wanna find my way back. I'm lost, I'm lost. Lost. The fields are quiet, the clovers turn to rust, and everything we built settling into dust. I'm standing in the paddock of a hollowed out dream, where the silence is louder than any human scream. You took the scalpel to the tether, the one that held the weight of 1,000 quiet mornings and a grazing kind of fate. It's a bovine excision, a cold and heavy cut, the door to the pasture is permanently shut. You carved out the devotion, the slow and steady part, the unmoving surgery on the soul of a weed. No more gentle lowing in the twilight's soft glow, just the sterile white light of where you decided to go. The anesthesia's wearing off and the air is turning thin as I realize where the emptiness begins. I was the anchor, I was the heavy, I was the slow, but you needed a blade just to let me go. You sliced through the muscles of a 10-year vow. Look at the ghost of the half. That's your tilling It's a bovine excision, a cold and heavy cut. The door to the pasture is permanently shut. You carved out the devotion, the slow and steady part, the unmoving, gentle giant of a blood-beating heart. Now I'm just the ghost of a beast in the field, watching the wounds of us refuse to be healed. The weight is gone, but the blood is cold. A heart too heavy for you to hold. Just the empty stone, just the winter snows, and everything is lost. I found the shoebox underneath the spare room bed, full of captured moments and the things we said. But there's a hollow shape where I used to stand, a jagged edge where you used to hold my hand. You took the silver blades to every single frame, carefully deleting any trace of my name. Now the landscape's empty, just a scenic view of a world that's been re-edited by you. And I've been cut out by you like a paper doll, left on the floor while you build your wall. A silhouette of silence, a negative of light, thrown away like trash in the middle of Check the digital clouds and the social feeds. You've pruned me away like the garden weeds. It's like I never breathed or shared your morning tea. There isn't a pixel that looks like me. You retouch in the past to make it look refined, leaving the messy parts of us far behind. How can you sleep with that whitewashed space, knowing that you erased my face? I am the ink you tried to scrub away. I am the ghost that's decided to stay. You can burn the scraps, you can tear the page, but you can't edit out the loneliness and cut out by you, disposable, replaceable, just a shape on the floor. I'm not a part of your picture anymore. Cut out by you. The curtains are heavy, they're holding the dust of July, in a room where the sunlight has forgotten how to try. I'm sitting in the quiet, tracing cracks upon the ceiling, trying to find a word for this numb and hollow feeling. The clock on the mantle has finally lost its beat, matching the rhythm of my heart's steady retreat. And now it's just desolate whispers in the hall, bouncing off the pictures hanging crooked on the wall. It's the sound of a name I'm not allowed to say, falling like the ashes of a blue and lonely day. I'm reaching for the ghost of a hand I used to hold, but the air in this house has turned bitter and cold. Just desolate whispers telling me you're gone. I found a stray button from the coat you used to wear, and for a second I could swear I smelled your hair. But the wind through the window is a cruel kind of friend, reminding there anyone listening to the static in my chest? Is there a place where a weary soul can rest? Or am I just a shadow in a city made of stone, learning the vocabulary of being I'm sitting on the floorboards where the sofa used to be, tracing some bleached squares of a faded memory. The walls are looking wider now that all your art is gone, and I'm losing my direction in the gray of every dawn. I spoke your name just to see if it still felt like a home, but it bounced off the ceiling like a cold and jagged stone. And now it's just echoes in an empty room, a haunted kind of silence and a lonely kind of gloom. Every whisper hits the drywall and it comes back twice as loud, like a thunderclap hidden in a winter cloud. I'm reaching for the shadows, but I'm sweeping up the gloom, lost inside the echoes in an empty room. The closet's got an extra foot of space I didn't ask for, a hollow invitation to the things I have to mask for. I hear the pipes humming like they're trying to start a fight in a house that's grown a habit of shaking through the night. You took the rugs, you took the books, you took the very air, and left the reverb of a man who isn't really there. Acoustics are a cruel thing when you've nothing left to say. They amplify the distance since you walked away. I'm shouting at the void, begging it to break, but the return is I'm standing in the kitchen in the dead of the night, watching the dust motes dance in the fridge's white light. I reach for your favorite mug on the second shelf and realize I'm losing the ghost of myself. There's a wind blowing through the caves of my chest, where the memory of us used to finally rest. And oh, I've been hollowed out by the weight of the rain, carved like a canyon by a slow-moving pain. You took the marrow and you took the spark, leaving me echoing alone in the dark. I'm just a shell where a living thing stood, a hollowed-out piece of driftwood. Ribs are like timbers on a sunken ship. I can feel the horizon beginning to slip. I try to fill up on the noise of the street, but the emptiness follows the soles of my feet. I'm transparent now, thin as a veil, watching the colors of everything pale. They say nature abhors a vacuum, it's true, but nothing can fill up the space that was you. I'm holding the air, but it won't stay inside. I saw your car in the parking lot of the grocery store, and my knees hit the pavement like they've done 1,000 times before. It wasn't even yours, just a shadow and a shade of blue, but it was enough to break the fever of forgetting you. My friends keep calling, saying time is on my side, but they don't see the bruises that I'm trying to hide. So don't ask me to smile, don't tell me I'm strong. I'm still living in the verses of a broken song. steps forward, then back to the street. I'm counting the hours till I don't feel the sting of losing my place in the center of everything. So don't ask me to smile, don't tell me I'm strong. I'm still living in the verses of a broken song. I'm breathing, I'm walking, I'm paying the rent, but every bit of better feels heaven sent. The world wants a miracle, the world wants a bed, but the truth is I'm not okay. Yeah, not yet. Maybe next week, maybe next year, until the shadows finally clear. I'm still here, and I'm not okay. Yeah. The kettle screaming at the shadows on the wall, while I'm pacing out the rhythm of the empty hall. I don't check the notifications on my phone. I've made a comfortable peace with being alone. The moon is hanging low like a heavy silver weight over a house that forgot how to open the gate. And it's just another night of losing sleep over promises that were too expensive to keep. The same old ghost in the same old chair, reaching for a feeling that isn't really there. No lightning strikes, no dramatic rage, just the steady quiet hum of a well-worn pain. Yeah, it's just another night. I found a scuff mark from your boots on the floor, right where you turn away and headed for the door. I should probably scrub it clean, but I never do. It's the only piece of art I have left of you. The clock is ticking like a hammer on a nail. arrived like a fever in the middle of June, with a silver-tongued promise and a crooked kind of tune. I opened every window, I unlocked every door, letting you take what you needed, and then a little more. I didn't notice the weight on my back until the colors of my world started fading into black. You were so quiet, a soft and subtle thief, hiding your hunger in the shadows of my greed. And I let the leeches settle on my skin, thinking it was love, letting the poison in. You drank from the well until the well ran dry, then looked at me with vacant and hungry eyes. You took my pulse, you took my very best years, and left me nothing but the salt in my tears. Yeah, I was the host, and you were the leech. I'm looking in the mirror at the pale and hollow shell of a girl who spent her mercy in a private kind of hell. You were always aching, you were always misunderstood, and I believed I could save you if I was only good. But parasites don't care about the warmth of the sun, they just keep feeding until the damage is done. Now I'm anemic and I'm shaking on the floor, while you're out searching for a brand new door. They say that blood is thicker than water in the end, but you're a vampire masquerading as a friend. I pulled you off, I burned away the hold, but I'm still shivering from the bitter and the cold. I'm healing now, but the scars are deep. A lesson learned while I try to sleep. No more feeding, no more bleed. I'm the only thing that I finally need. Leeches. I'm turning down the lamp until the room is ink and bone, learning how to camouflage the fact that I'm alone. I'm scrubbing out the footprints I left across the floor, taping up the edges of the closet and the door. I don't wanna be a story or a sympathetic sigh. I just wanna be the dust that drifts across your eye. So just let me disappear like smoke in the night, fading from the edges of your recollections light. I don't wanna occupy the space where love used to be. I just want the silence to finally swallow me. No more reminders, no more how I used to hear. I'm closing up the shop. Just let me disappear. I'm unsubscribing from the world and all its noise, giving back the keys and all the bittersweet choice. You erase the future, so I'm undoing the past, trying to find a void that was built enough to last. Don't look for me in photos or the places that we knew. I'm just the ghost of everything that wasn't enough for you. They say that being seen is the only way to heal, but visibility is the only thing I fear. I'm a ghost in the hallway, I'm a breath in the cold, I'm a secret that's refusing to be told. So just let me disappear like smoke in the night, fading from the edges of your recollections light. I don't wanna occupy the space where love used to be. I just want the silence to finally swallow me. No more reminders, no more how I used to hear. I'm closing up the shop. Just let me disappear. Don't look back, there's nothing to see, just the empty air where there used to be me. Let me disappear. The final notes are soft and unresolved. is dusty, the middle C is sharp, like a broken string on a lonely harp. I try to play the chords of the Sunday mornings we knew, but my fingers keep tripping on the absence of you. The hum of the fridge is a droning lament for the time and the passion that we already spent. And I'm drowning in these melodies of loss, counting up the heartaches and the heavy, heavy cost. Every song on the radio is a dagger in the dark, looking for a flame in a cold and graying spark. It's a symphony of sorry and a concerto of goodbye, played on the heartstrings of a man about to cry. Oh, these melodies of loss, they never run dry. I hear your keys rattling in the lock of my dreams, but I wake up to the sound of tearing at the seams. The tea kettle's whistle is a high-pitched scream, breaking the glass of my favorite delusion. I'm writing a chorus that you'll never hear, while the rhythm of my pulse is the only sound near. Music was our language, our secret code. Now I'm just a traveler on a silent broken road. I'd trade every platinum record and every golden line just to hear you whisper that you're still And I'm drowning in these melodies of loss, counting up the heartaches and the heavy, heavy cost. Every song on the radio is a dagger in the dark, looking for a flame in a cold and graying spark. It's a symphony of sorry and a concerto of a goodbye, played on the heartstrings of a man about to cry. Oh, these melodies of loss, they never run dry. Slowly fading, just a broken record, playing our song to empty room. The music's over now, I'm just waiting for the silence to teach me how to let go. The floorboards feel like shifting sand tonight. I'm losing my grip on the fading light. I try to tread the water, I try to stay afloat, but your absence is an anchor tied around my throat. The ceiling's a surface I'll never reach again, as I drift down to the silence where the ghosts have been. And I'm sinking into my sorrows, deep and blue, losing the air that I stole from you. It's a cold, dark pressure in my hollow chest, a weary heart that's finally given up the quest. Let the currents take me, let the waves roll on. I'm sinking into my sorrows, and I'm nearly gone. There are pearls of regret on the ocean floor, from the vows we dropped by the bedroom door. The pressure is kind, it numbs the sting of every melody we'll never get to sing. I see your face in the distorted tide, just another secret that I have to hide. Don't throw a line, don't call my name. There's no one left to shoulder the blame. The salt is burning, the dark is fast, but I found the bottom at long and I'm sinking into my sorrows, deep and blue, losing the air that I stole from you. It's a cold, dark pressure in my hollow chest, a weary heart that's finally given up the quest. Let the currents take me, let the waves roll. I'm sinking into my sorrows, and I'm nearly no more I'm shouting your name into the canyons of the night, waiting for a spark, but I'm running out of light. The walls of this room are thin as a veil, and my courage is just starting to flicker and fail. I hear the front door click, but it's only the breeze bringing me back to my shaking knees. And it's just sorrowful echoes bouncing off the glass, watching the ghost of a future past. I say I love you, and it hits the floor, coming back hollow, coming back poor. It's a reverb of heartache, a resonant pain, the sound of your footsteps leaving in the rain. Oh, these sorrowful echoes, they're all that remain. I found your old records, the ones with the scratches, like the broken matches of the fire we had. Every high note feels like a needle in my skin, reminding me of the war I couldn't win. The silence is a predator, it's circling the bed, feeding on the things that we left unsaid. Can you hear the feedback in my lonely chest? A heart that's forgotten how to take a rest. I'm screaming at the ceiling, I'm begging the floor, but the echo just tells me you don't love me no silence to seal my doom. Sorrowful echoes, goodbye. The mist is hanging heavy on the banks of the Spey, chasing all the color from a hollowed out day. I'm sitting in the corner of the whiskey warm pub, There's no distillation for this kind of smell. I'm staring at the peat fires, it burns down to ash, thinking about the moment that we made the final crash. And oh, the space-side water is running too deep, holding on to promises we couldn't afford to keep. It's an amber-colored lonely heather scent today, a long and winding sorrow that I'm forced to take. The barley's in the field, but the harvest is cold, like the bitter empty story that we both went and told. Here in Speyside, I'm just losing my hold. I remember how your laughter sounded over the roar of the salmon-rich currents washing up on the shore. Now the copper stills are humming a mournful, steady tune underneath the shiver of a winter pale moon. You're miles across the heather in a city made of stone, leaving me to drink the solitude down to the bone. They say that time is the cooper that heals every stave, but I'm leaking the love that you never did save. You can't age a broken heart in a sherry oak cask, and all you doing is too heavy a ask. And oh, the space-side water is running too deep, holding on to promises we couldn't afford to keep. It's an amber-colored lonely heather scent today, a long and winding sorrow that I'm forced to take. The barley's in the field, but the harvest is cold, like the bitter empty story that we both went and told. Here in Speyside, I'm just losing my hold. The river keeps flowing, but I'm standing still, drinking the spirit until I've had my sip. Speyside, goodbye. I'm staring at the glass above the bathroom sink, trying not to let my heavy spirit sink. The steam is fading, revealing a face I don't know. A map of the places where we used to go. I reach out to touch the silver and the coal, but I'm just clutching at stories that have already been told. And these are my tearful past the shop windows on Lower Main Street, looking for the ghosts of our shuffling feet. But the glass is a one-way street tonight. Showing me the hollow where the future was bright. I'm a silhouette of maybe in a coat of regret, in a city of strangers that haven't forgotten yet. Break the mirror, break the spell, but the pieces would just tell the story as well. 7 years of bad luck, I've already had 10 since the day you said we couldn't be them. And these are my tearful reflections in the lights, the shards of a soul that couldn't win the fight. I see your eyes in the corners of my own, a bittersweet harvest of the seeds we've sown. Every ripple in the water, every glint in the pain is a vivid reminder of the love we left in the rain. Yeah, it's just me and these tearful reflections again. Close your eyes, maybe then you'll disappear. But the after edge of you is the only thing I hold dear. Tearful reflections, just a ghost in the glass. The willow leans aslant the brook today, a heavy gown of silk in shades of gray. I gathered rosemary to help me keep you near, but the water's rising and you are never here. You told me get thee to a nunnery and close the door. Now I'm just a shadow on the castle floor, a daughter's duty and a lover's cruelest lie are the weights around my ankles that I can't untake. And oh, the river knows the secrets that I keep in a bed of cold and scorpions. I try to sleep, I'm handing out the room, but I'll keep a piece for me, for the bitter taste of everything will never be. I'm sinking let the current take? Or is this the only way a heavy heart can break? The bells of Elsinore are ringing in the wind, but the silence in my head is where the ghosts begin. You were my prince, but you were also my storm. Now the water is the only place that feels warm. One last breath for the girl I used to be, before the muddy death pulls the soul from me. And all the river knows the secret thread I keep in a bed of cold and scorpions. I try to sleep, I'm hand out the room, but I'll keep a piece for me, for the bitter taste of everything will never be. I'm sinking under garlands made of cords and regret. In the fate of Ophelia, the sun has finally set. They'll say I was mad, they'll say I was small, but I was just the girl who gave you her all. 40,000 brothers couldn't love me like I needed. Now the flowers are the only ones who saw how much I pleaded. Rosemary for remembrance. Pray you, love, remember, remember. I thought the shattering was done weeks ago, when the winter moved in and the clocks turned slow. I swept up the shards and I bolted the door, thinking there couldn't be damage anymore. But I tripped on a memory just before tea, ghost of the way that you looked at me. And just when I think I am standing up tall, I hear a new crack in the center of it all. Oh, I thought it was over, I thought it was dead, but the tears are fresh and the wound is still red. It's a slow motion crash that won't ever end, a fracture that no amount of time can mend. Every sunrise just proves what that I'm taking. The heart isn't broken, the heart is still breaking. It's in the way that the silence hangs in the air. It's in the hollow of your favorite chair. I find a new piece on the floor every day, a fragment of us that I can't throw away. It wasn't a bang, it's 1,000 small small cuts, a slow motion closing of all the ducks. I'm holding my breath, but the ice is still giving, learning the pain of just barely living. They say scar tissue grows back stronger than skin, but where does the healing actually begin? When every heartbeat just widens the tear, and I'm losing the battle with one more year. Oh, I thought it was over, I thought it was dead, but the tears are fresh and the wound is still red. It's a slow motion crash that won't ever end, a fracture that no amount of time can mend. Every sunrise just proves what I'm taking. The heart isn't broken, the heart is still breaking. Breaking again and again. It's a rhythm I can't escape. The heart is still breaking. The coffee's getting cold on the countertop. I'm waiting for the sound of the world to stop. I reached for your hand in the middle of a dream, but woke up to the silence and the muffled scream. I'm wearing your phantom just to feel the weight of a love that arrived a little too late. Every song on the radio sounds like your name, and the sky in the city just isn't the same. I'm walking in circles, I'm talking to walls, counting the cracks until the ceiling falls. And God, I miss you. It's a physical ache, like a glass in my chest that's starting to break. I miss the way you'd laugh at nothing at all, and the way you'd catch me before I could fall. Now I'm just a ghost in a room built for two, searching for a version of me that had you. I saw a car that looked just like yours today. For a second the heartbeat chased the gray away, but then the light turned green and the ghost drove by, leaving me stranded under a heavy sky. It's the little things that cut the most deep, like the secrets I have that I'm forced to keep. Is it raining where you are? Are you sleeping okay? Do you think of the words that we didn't say? I'm holding on to maybe like a holy vine, hoping that our stars might eventually align. But for now I'm just breaking. 'Cause God, I miss you. It's a physical ache, like a glass in my chest that's starting to break. I miss the way you laugh at nothing at all, and the way you'd catch me before I could fall. Now I'm just a ghost in a room built for two, searching for a version of me that had you. books on the shelf, trying to find a version of my single self. But there's a gap between the pages where you used to be, and the quiet in this apartment is suffocating me. I tell my friends I'm doing better, I'm finding my light, but I'm just a hollow shell when I turn out the light. Independence is a heavy, cold crown to wear when I'm reaching for a ghost who's no longer there. I'm tired of being strong and brave and fine when I'm still addicted to the way our lives entwine. And it's a bitter pill, it's a jagged truth that I'm still haunted by the ghost of our youth. I thought I could breathe on my own, it's true, but every heartbeat whispers that I need you. Not the idea of us or the memory of the blue, but the skin and the bone and the soul of you. God, it's a weakness I can't undo. I need you. I saw your favorite color on a stranger's coat, and for a second the air got stuck in my throat. I wanted to call and tell you about my day, but then I remember you're 1,000 miles away. Funny how I used to value my space and my time. Now it's just a mountain that I don't wanna climb. Is it pathetic to want what's already gone, to stay in the driveway and wait for the dawn? I'm building a life out of maybe an if, walking the edge of a permanent cliff. And it's a bitter pill, it's a jagged truth that I'm still haunted by the ghost of our youth. I thought I could breathe on my own, it's true, but every heartbeat whispers that I need you. Not the idea of us or the memory of the blue, but the skin and the bone and the soul of you. God, it's a weakness I can't undo. I need you. I need you. I need you. More than the pride that I'm trying to save, more than the silence I'm forced to outbrave. I need you. I need you. I'm putting on a sweater that used to be my favorite, but the softness feels like sandpaper, I can't even savor it. I went out to dinner, I sat in the sun, I did all the things that are supposed to be fun. There's a glitch in the system, a crack in the glass, watching the happy people as they pass. I'm following the rules, I'm getting back out, but I'm walking in circles of shadow and doubt. Every hello feels like a lie I'm telling, and the sadness in the air is overwhelming, because love feels wrong without your hand in mine. The broken clock trying to tell the time. It's a beautiful song played out of key, a version of happy that doesn't fit me. I'm looking for magic, but I'm finding the floor, and I don't wanna open any more doors. God, it's heavy how love feels so wrong. I saw a movie where the ending was sweet, but I wanted to scream and get up from my seat. How can they promise that it all works out when I'm the living definition of doubt? Even the stars look like they're out of place in a sky that doesn't recognize your face. It's a chemical imbalance, a world out of sync. I'm standing on the edge, but I'm trying not to blink. Maybe the right thing was always just us, and everything else is just static and dust. Yeah, love I checked the calendar and crossed out the day, thinking by now I'd be Carrie's last way. I bought a new dress and I went to the show. I laughed at the jokes like I'm ready to go. But then someone asked how you been doing lately, and the fun in my throat started shaking so greatly. I'm tired of the time your zone's cliche, when the clock just reminds me you're further away. I've mastered the art of the brave, steady face, but my heart's still a mess all over the place. Because I'm still not okay. I'm still on the floor, I'm still checking the lock on a wide open door. Everyone's clapping for how well I moved on, but I'm still in the dark, even after the dawn. It's a beautiful lie that I'm over the frame. The truth is, my darling, I'm still not okay. I walked past our cafe, but I felt the old static start under my skin. I've deleted your number, I've hidden the glass, but I can't stop the ghosts when they decide to pass. I'm a skyscraper standing with hollowed out floors, just waiting for someone to close all the doors. Is there a deadline, a limit, a rule, or am I just playing the heartbreak drunk fool? I'm tired of faking the better and strong when I've been feeling broken for way, way too long. Yeah, I'm still not okay. I'm still on the floor, I'm still checking the lock on a wide open door. Everyone's clapping for how well I moved on, but I'm still in the dark, even after the dawn. It's a beautiful lie that I'm over the frame. The truth is, my darling, I'm still not okay. No, I'm not okay. The air is still heavy, the colors are gray. I'm still not okay. I'm just not there yet. Still not okay. We were a highway with no speed limit, a beautiful sky with both of us in it. I never saw the engine light flicker to red. I was too busy hearing the things that you said, but the gravel started shifting under the wheels, and I forgot how a steady heart feels. We ignored the smoke, we ignored the sound, until the silence was the loudest thing around. Now we're pulled over on the shoulder of regret, with a goodbye that hasn't quite finished yet. And we broke down right where we stood, under the weight of I would if I could. No more miles left in the tank, just a hollow space and a memory bank. We weren't a crash, we were a slow tide halt, and I'm still searching for who's to call fault. But the road keeps going on the ground, got us lonely since we broke down. I'm looking at the map we drew on the dash. Now it's just paper destined for trash. You're checking your watch, I'm checking my pulse, trying to find something, anything else than the look in your eyes that says we're all done, that we've run out of road and we've run out of sun. Maybe we pushed it a little too hard, maybe we ignored every warning and card. I thought we were built for the long winding haul, but the higher the climb, the harder the fall. Yeah, we broke down right where we stood, under the weight of I would if I could. No more miles left in the tank, just a hollow space and a memory bank. We weren't a crash, we were a slow tide halt, and I'm still searching for who's to call broke down. We just broke down. Watch your tail lights bleed into the rain, like red ink on a map of all my pain. You didn't look back, you didn't even blink. Left me standing on the kitchen sink, staring at the glass we shared last night. Now it's just a relic of a losing fight. The silence is a weight I can't quite lift. The forever that you promised started to drift. Now the air in this room is getting too thin. How do I live in the skin I'm in? Because you left me with the keys in a cold side of the bed with 1,000 I love yous stuck inside my head. You left me with the plans that we never got to chase, in a hollow kind of aching that I can't erase. You took the us, you took the we, and you left me. Just me. I find your hairpins in the bathroom drawer, and I leave them there 'cause I can't face the floor. I wonder if you're driving with the windows down, searching for a brand new heart in a brand new town, while I'm memorizing shadows on the wall, waiting for a phone that's never gonna call. They say that time is a healer, but time is a thief. It stole my tomorrow and gave me this grief. You walked out the door and you closed it so tight. Now I'm the one trapped in the dark of the light. Yeah, you left me with the keys and a cold side of the bed with 1,000 I love you stuck inside my head. We never got to chase, in a hollow kind of aching that I can't erase. You took the us, you took the we, and you left me. Just me. You left me like an unfinished book on a shelf. You left me to find out who I am by myself, and it's so quiet, so quiet. You left me. The house is full of unspoken things tonight, leaning against the flickering light. I didn't hear the turning of the key or the heavy breath you took away from me. You didn't slam the door or curse my name. You just extinguished the last of the flame. Now I'm standing in the wreckage of us, watching the future turn to dust. And you left me without a noise, taking the rhythm and taking the joys. No final battle, no grand goodbye, just the sound of a star going dry in the sky. without anything at all. I shouted at the ceiling just to hear my own voice, but the void didn't give me a single damn choice. You're gone and the air is unnervingly still, a winter that settled against my own will. Just walked away. Can you hear it? The sound of nothing left to say. Without a noise, you just walked away.